Alrighty, so this week we have Chapter 6, Account Planning and Research. Account Planner does the planning for how the agency is going to handle the development of advertising communications for a brand. The Account Planner nurtures a relationship between the consumer and the brand, assures that the advertising is going to be relevant to the target audience, and brings a wealth of information to the process. So the account planner is really important. It's kind of a great role because you are from the agency, but you're protecting your client and you're making sure what the agency produces is on target. Advertising is expensive, so companies want to do everything possible to ensure that their investment results in effective advertising. Research enables companies to determine the effectiveness of past marketing programs and ad campaigns. Research helps to provide information that drives marketing and advertising decision making. Without that information, advertisers are forced to use intuition or guesswork, strategies that are sure to fail. So what is market research? It's identifying consumer needs and market in the market segment. And we're going to be doing this week with a situation analysis. You're going to be researching through the library database and on the website and using this really fun site called Trends. It's a Google product, Google Trends. And there'll be some samples for you to look at. But so the market research provides information for developing new products, deciding market strategies, enables managers to assess the effectiveness of the program. Without research, you can't do much. So there's different types of research. This chart, which is from the book, is pretty clear. You do research beforehand. You then, from that research, like we'll be doing, you'll produce a creative concept, a plan to do advertising, to create an ad or radio spot or whatever. You'll pre-test these things. You probably have heard of these focus groups and so forth. And then there's post-testing. So what happened? How did the ad campaign actually roll out? How effective was it? So you always want to know if your advertising is reaching your target. So ad research can inform, I'm waiting for the bubble, here we go, product concept, so creating a concept. So you do research and you realize, oh my God, there's no market or there's no product to fulfill a need in the marketplace, right? Like, who knew we needed Snapchat? Target audience selection. So your research, like we did a couple weeks ago about finding target audiences, that's one of the things you're going to be doing that, and that's going to affect your strategy planning. Also, media selection, your target audience, what do they listen to? What media outlet is going to reach them? And lastly, the message element selection. So what type of messaging are you going to use? Moving right along, because this is a busy week. Analyze the situation and define the problem, which is situation analysis, basically right there. So what do we do with that? We conduct informal research, talk to your friends, go on the street, interview people. So this is primary data and secondary data. This week we're going to be using secondary data, research in the library, articles, all these kinds of sources, this Google Trends site, all secondary data. Establish research objectives. Conduct formal research, qualitative and quantitative, and we'll go over that very briefly, okay? And there's a course, we have 2 courses on this with consumer behavior. There's a market research class, and then there's an account planning class. So this is a huge field, And as the internet grows and we become more sophisticated, you've heard the term big data, right? Well, that is what this is all about, is that we are able to get more data and more information from people, where they go on their website, what they buy, the more material we have in order to address people with the products we want to sell. So there's qualitative research. Qualitative research is projective techniques, interviews, focus groups, as we mentioned before, ethnographic research, so that's going out, seeing what people are doing, watching them in stores, seeing how they buy and they shop. And then there is netnography, which is seeing how people interact on the internet, right? We're on the computer all the time buying. They actually have ways to see where your eye is on the computer screen. So they'll test people. Well, they won't test them. They're observing them. And there'll be a hot spot where your eye is focused. So they can figure out how to design ads that catch your attention. Spooky, huh? Then there's quantitative research, and this is data. So this is, again, similar to ethnographic. It's out observing what people are doing. There's experiments that you can do. Surveys. You guys use SurveyMonkey. And then web analysis, which I just popped right through there. Again, we went over pre-testing. I'm not going to go over this too much because it's, kind of get bogged down. But anyways, you're asking questions. You're trying to see if the ad's going to work, if there's too much stuff in the market already, clutter. And then there's post-testing. You're going to ask people, how'd you like that product? What did you think about that ad? Sort of just like I'm doing when I do the feedback section, right? That's post-testing, and post-testing my teaching. Research issues. So these are things that are concerned. You want to make sure you have a valid research group. So whatever you're, like when you're doing the secondary data, that you're researching from a known, respected periodical, right? Like on the internet, we're so used to what they call clickbait, right? All these crappy articles full of, bad information. So the validity of the information is really important. How reliable is the source? So how reliable, if you're doing a focus group, are the people? The sample method, how you're choosing people, or how you're choosing where to get your information from. These are developed much more in our upper level courses, but it's good for you to know. Developing a questionnaire, there's a whole science to it. Data tabulation analysis, and lastly, international data collection. So those won't really be on our tests at all, but I want you to be aware of it, okay? Now I'll show you a couple of video clips. Actually two with focus groups, and then a fun little Evian commercial. And then we'll continue on. The focus this week, situation analysis, research. Primary, secondary research. Got it? Keep going.
So, what do you think?
Don't take this wrong, but it doesn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Right.
Yeah, I find it dark and disturbing.
I mean, it's neither cuddly nor wuddly.
Okay. Binky, any thoughts?
It scares the out of me.
Perfect.
That's just the reaction we were looking for.
The all-new Dodge Caliber. It's anything but cute. Let's observe.
So we're talking about a more premium salad dressing. You seem to like the flip cap on the standard salad dressing. What do you think of it on this one?
Same thing, I like the portion, well, at least the fact that it's not gonna all gush out. I like that, and I like the flip top convenience.
When I unscrew this, like I'm really going to pour too much product on, I'm gonna end up wasting the product. I'm actually going to save money by using this because it's channeled and I can portion control how much I want to use on it. And
How many of you overall prefer the flip top on this bottle? Raise your hands. Oh, everyone. For those of you that think that it does look higher quality, what makes you think that? Go ahead.
It looks like some thought went into it because this is a standard cap. From when I was a child, they were always like this. This is some thought. Somebody said this is a better way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, newer design concept, somebody thought about it.
Updated it.
Yeah, it's more modernized, contemporary.
It's more modern, rubbing milk.
I'm going to try this product now.
It's really pungent and attractive.
How many of you thought the flip top was easier? So raise your hands again, high please.
Easier, right?
Yeah, easier. So 8 of you, okay.
Right.
Okay.
It pours a little slower.
Because you have a smaller opening.
Portion control again.
Portion control.
Okay.
The caps are dripless.
Does anyone feel like it would save you money?
Yeah, because they're not using it all.
And calories.
Right.
How many of you with hands think it would save you money having
Portion control.
this on there?
More.
So everyone except for us.
I think it would be better for your fridge. I mean, because sometimes your kids put the lid on the salad dressing, like I said, and it flips over on the door and it goes all over the place. At least this, it's easy to push it down and you can tell if it's up, you know, if it's not closed all the way. And sometimes you can't tell if the screw one's on right.
Do you like if you hear it shut?
Yeah, and you can see it if it's up too high. And it's all about the kids.
Let's observe the effect of Evian on your body.
Come on, I say the hip hop, you hit it to the hip hip. I mean, you don't stop the rocket to the bang bang. Boogie say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat.
Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rocking to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. See, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello. Bang bang, boogie to the boogie, the up jump the boogie to the bang bang boogie. Let's rock.
You don't stop.
Rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock.
Real soon, you will learn my voice, but then I brought 2 friends of all.
And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on,
come and sing that song, that song.